Hey everyone, it's Garrison here and welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be sharing my top 22 K-pop songs of 2022. Now, please note in the near future I'll be dropping my listening party of my top 22 K-pop B-sides of 2022. As some may know, I'm a sucker for B-sides. Can't wait to do that listening party and share my favorite B-sides. But staying on track here, before we dive into my general K-pop releases, top songs of 2022, disclaimer, this yearly disclaimer that I gotta give. Please do not get offended by my personal list. Emphasis on personal. Most of us should know by now that we have our different kind of tastes in everything, pretty much. Our hobbies, what we enjoy to eat, but especially music on this channel. So please respect each other's favorite songs. If you ended up relating with my personal list, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Give a thumbs up and subscribe, as it helps out the channel so much and it goes a long way. But if you have some songs that are not on this list, be sure to let me know anyways, okay? I want to dive into your guys' music, and I want you guys to check out what I enjoy as well, to get that sort of relatableness kind of level, you feel me? So without further ado, let's dive into my presentation, everyone. That is right, I took my time, days in and days out and hours, to set up a full-pledged presentation for y'all. My top 22 K-pop songs of 2022, comebacks and debuts. So not only the comebacks, not only debuts, but releases as a whole within the year of 2022. So yeah, let's just dive into this, everyone. Now, honorable mentions. Before I start off on my top 22, my 22 on the list and all, I want to give some honorable mentions of releases by idols, artists, and soloists that I wish that I was able to be able to find and put them on a list in the right kind of order and such, but I really wanted to shout out them and stream their songs quite a bit already. So let me dive into my first honorable mention. That is Ballroom Extravaganza by DPR Ian. Man, oh man, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't checked out this song, or let alone check out DPR Ian's discography, or the whole crew, the DPR gang, and like the likes of DPR Live, be sure to do so, please. You do yourself a favor, search up Ballroom Extravaganza, and it is a masterpiece. I feel like, as much as this song is very colorful and I would say plush, but I would say moves you in an outburst kind of manner, there's this almost level of relatableness, of feeling of times when you're vulnerable, alone, and I know it's getting really dark, and things in your life and experiences the life you have to let go and move on from, or moments where you lost everything and you have to move on from that moment in the past, or opportunities that you have missed, but you gotta move on regardless, because that's how life goes. And just the storytelling in the trailer for Ballroom Extravaganza, and how DPR Ian expresses himself in the performance and vocal work and all is absolutely phenomenal. So I highly recommend this song, one of my honorable mentions of 2022. But let's just dive into my second one here, and that is Maison by Dreamcatcher. Not Mason. I do want to apologize from my initial reaction and review to the song. I said Mason like Mason jar, but it's Maison, also known as Home. Now, truly, I feel like this connects and speaks the truth about the current day and age. Not necessarily what's being shown in the music video, but this current day and age. If we keep going on this pathway and trajectory, it's going to end up how it's going to be in the music video, this post-apocalyptic image that's going to become a reality, okay? And I feel like a lot of us take things for granted until it's gone. And with global warming, climate change, people polluting stuff, the oceans and all that stuff, and not taking care of our planet, emphasis on our, it can end up like that. So really, in terms of Dreamcatcher tackling sustainability, not in terms of only the music video, but within the lyrics as well, as sort of like an anthem and a cry out of a moment like, this is an emergency, listen up, y'all, this is gonna be the reality of things. I got to commend them for that, and the fact that they got their first win in 2022, we love to see it as much as we wanted to see it way before that and on their previous releases. They really deserved it, so I had to shout out Dreamcatcher on this list, of course. Let's dive into the next one though. We have Road B's Nonstop. Now everyone, man, oh man, this is such a masterpiece. As some may know, when I covered Road B within my year-end catch-up, K-pop catch-up, listening party, binge session, however you viewed it, Road B's Nonstop was done by Sweet Tune, as well as their comeback Icarus. Highly recommend this boy group and their music if you're missing that early gen feel, because Sweet Tune has taken part in the likes of Be Mine, if I recall correctly, The Chaser as well by Infinite, one of my all-time favorite boy groups out there in the K-pop scene that truly propelled me and made me love K-pop, of course. And even the likes of Kara. Sweet Tune has worked with the likes of Kara, a lot of legendary artists out there in the earlier generations. And just from the singing, the passionate singing and the vocal arrangement and production in this song, it's to die for. You just get so enthralled in the moment for those who love that passionate kind of signature style and sound from the earlier generations. Now, the next honorable mention I want to give here is Huz Ugly Duckling featuring Sungwoo Jungha and Bobby of Icon. Now, I'm sure most of y'all are not familiar with this song, but I highly recommend you guys check out the song and check out the subtitles for this song, like the English translations or whatever language is most comfortable for you to understand this particular song. Now, this song comes from Show Me the Money 11, a K-hip hop rap show, and already into the double digits. And I knew him prior to it, and I've been streaming some of his works. But this song took me by surprise nearing the end of last year in 2022. Super meaningful and all, and the featurings are incredible. Just to give some more depth by He, or Sanghyun, his IRL name. This is where he comes through with the first verse in the song, right? I worked even harder because I had to show myself. And I feel like this song is truly about, hey, shout out to all the ugly ducklings like me out there. It's been so difficult and so hard in life, but no matter what, don't listen to those naysayers and all, and keep pushing on. So there's just a lot of relatability factor. Oh, people picking on you and whatever, but working hard and succeeding in life, and keep up the hard work, right? Additionally, to add to that, Sungwoo Jungha provides the chorus and the main hook to the song, which I thought was very powerful and moving. I'll spread out my tormented wings wide open and fly here. So that's referring, symbolically to the ugly duckling, okay? You may not be able to fly right away, but I will fly. I will succeed. And man, what a meaningful hook. So deep with it. But additionally added on that, Bobby goes with this line: even if I hear you'll never ever make it for 100 times, so what? It's all good. Everything's gonna be all right, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times people say you can't make it. you're gonna be able to do with all your power and your willpower and such. He even has additional lines in his verses where he goes, first of all, don't ever listen to the words of you'll never make it. Second of all, if you don't, I'm trying to reiterate it in a way because I can't remember the exact lines, but second of all, if people are not there to support you, but to give you some patronizing tips, tell them to suck it. So yeah, he has incredible, meaningful rap lines in his own verse in this song, and you guys, it moves you, especially after checking out the English lyrics to this song. But let's get into my first song on my top 22 K-pop songs of 2022, everyone, and that is Chasarang's Pop Pop, aka that owns the title of Nostalgia on this list. Like, let's be real here, everyone. For those who love that refreshing feel, yet that majestic, lighthearted, tender feel that we used to get back in the 2015, specifically 2015 into the 2016 days of K-pop, of Lovelyz, G-Friend, and even La Boom. I'm so glad that they're keeping this style alive and doing more than justice to it. If you guys haven't seen their sort of like paying tribute kind of video to G-Friend on the 1TK Originals channel, I highly recommend you guys to do so. Some of the members practicing some of the G-Friend songs and all on their own time when they were trainees, and this group just is so special to me, and I really hope they will succeed even more beyond their first win after having that brilliant comeback in 2022. Just the added vocal layers and instrumentation in Pop Pop gets you going in the song, and it moves you emotionally. See this fitting pattern of songs that are meaningful or both of moving you in a special kind of way. This is why they made this list, and don't even get me started about the wholehearted delivery by the members, the sincerity by them singing from their hearts. Chasarang, you got to give it to them. They made this list without a doubt. Next, we have number 21, Candy Sugar Pop. Candy Sugar Pop by Astro, aka the definition of pop. Like, sure, it has a bit of those retro influences, but the fact that this song had a dynamic chorus comparably to other songs where I feel like, sure, it may be a big release and all, but these last couple of years and months, I said it and I'm going to say it again, I feel like songs just don't have a meaty chorus to really sink your teeth into or your ears into to enjoy. And this is that song with that dynamic chorus, with the heavy synth work in the chorus, and you get the best of both worlds of like current day influences and trends, like the retro influences, but the earlier day feels of Astro. It's a match made in heaven, and especially the enthusiastic delivery by all the members, just so happy-go-lucky. It just leaves you with a smile at the end of the day after the end of the listening moments of Candy Sugar Pop by Astro. So you gotta give it to Astro. They made it on this list. Of course, they had to one of my favorite boy groups that are still thriving these days, even with their sub units. But let's just get into the next one now. Number 20, Bless Cursed by N-Hyphen. It has its title for that all-out angsty rock. Let's be real here. As much as I love the rock trend and how it's finally become a trend, you don't get full 110% all-out angsty rock that is done to a T as much as Blessed Curse by N-Hyphen. From the bombastic production to the late 90s aesthetics within the music videos, as you could tell by the styling and the hairband and all, to the distorted rock guitar work, and not only 1, 2, but 3 strong verses going on in this song. You gotta give it to N-Hyphen and all the members, especially the likes of Charlotte Wilson and everyone working behind the scenes to really come through with a banger of a song. Very impactful vocal presence. I think this has to be my favorite title track by N-Hyphen to date, because comparatively to their earlier tracks, okay, as much as I don't mind the in unison kind of vocal work, I really want to hear which member is which member and hear distinctive vocals, and Blessed Cursed is that song that does it for me, honestly. So let's just get into number 19. Number 19, we got Triple S, or Acid Angel from Asia, right? And their song Generation, the first subunit coming from Triple S. Honestly, a girl group that I unexpectedly fell in love with upon first listen, okay? 10 out of 10. The replay value in this song is incredible. I think it really picks up that chic trend that's going on, quite admittedly by the top girl groups, but it provides this sleek kind of feel to it, which is why I named it the chic and sleek kind of song. It has these engaging verses and hooks that really keep you captivated, yet are so memorable upon first listen, and even more memorable after the second and several other listens to this song. But don't even get me started. I think my favorite moment in the song is the gliding vocal work in the song. Just imagine in the sky, gliding and all, being on cloud 9. That's how I feel of what's going on in the song. So that sort of satisfying and catchy feeling, per se, that's being done throughout the entirety of this song. And I can't wait for Triple S as a whole to debut and see, hey, what they're all about. And yeah, this subunit, I really enjoyed their B-sides as well. I'm sure I'm gonna have to familiarize myself with the members, but man, oh man, what a song. Number 18, okay, Fellow Pieces. This was a hard one, okay? I'm gonna be real with y'all throughout the series and such. There's songs that, is it this song or this song? But I feel like low-key, Doom to Doom is my favorite title track to date, just ever so slightly, by P1 Harmony, because I think it truly has its sort of title of rock meets hip-hop, right? And time again, there's a lot of songs where I don't mess with anti-drops. Don't get me wrong, there's some anti-drops that really stick, right? And it comes from the likes of Kwon Eun-bi, and I would say earlier generation of anti-drops, that being done by the likes of NCT. But this song actually has a good quote-unquote anti-drop to it, and it has this anthemic feel to it, right? It's an anthem, super meaningful as well, pretty much an anthem talking about individuality, you know, this is all I'm about. But it has this kind of delivery, this sort of boxing type of delivery, sorry for the typo there, but delivery that it's like packing a punch, you know what I'm saying, given one, not like a slug, but more so as a jab, you know, ever so slightly, and it's so addictive in that kind of rhythmic pattern to it. And yeah, individuality, freedom, super meaningful, and I'm sure they're gonna keep on raising the bar for themselves in the year of 2023. Same goes for their B-sides without a doubt, but let's just dive into 17. Number 17, Chiquita by Rocket Punch. Man, oh man, of course I had to give it the title for this song by Rocket Punch as Retro Punch. Retro Punch being, of course, Rocket Punch, but this song really packs a retro punch to it. Just the energy that really overtakes ya. It feels like it's such a one-of-a-kind track, and what I mean by one-of-a-kind track, it's not like, oh, this style is not unlike it has ever been done before, but it takes the retro trend that isn't typical, right? Sure, as much as I love the likes of disco, the likes of synthwave, and these retro trend genres going about left, right, and center, this song takes it in a unique kind of way, with the focus being from the intense synth riffs going on in this song to the heavy vocal moments. As some may know, the likes of Suyin on the left here, my bias. So I can't wait for what else they're gonna put out in the future. Hopefully they continue the series, give us maybe even a Purple Punch album, my favorite color. I don't know what's gonna be next, truly, right? But hopefully no more single albums, more commitment by Woollim, more resources being put into Rocket Punch so they can find more success and more recognition as a group, because I'm gonna keep supporting and advocating for these Woollim artists and groups because they deserve so much more, and Rocket Punch is one of them. So yeah, had to put them up here at number 17. Number 16. Okay, quick shout out to Ronnie Icon for taking part of this. Last Sequence by Wooju Sonya. After succeeding, after that survival show, we got straight vocals. Okay, that is the title that I wanted to give to this particular song, everyone. Now this song, it truly takes that electro house route. I almost said rock, sorry, but it takes that electro house route that is so bombastic. Verse 2 by XC was so powerful. The rap, am I right? It always delivers. But I love how this song is so vocal driven in itself, and it has great longevity and replay value to it, am I right? Just with that propulsive beat that is going on, and that vocal led bridge comboing with Yeonjung and Yurim. Like, what's there not to love also of what's going on visually within the music video, being so elegant with the drapes and all the floral work, the color of blue. I really love these fits to this whole blue setting going on, and everything was being lit really well with the lights within the music video. So Last Sequence, man, I'm a sucker for really good vocals. As some may know, Yeonjung do be the bias, and I've been the bias ever since the Produce days, and yeah, I just love more melodic and vocal heavy songs, quite admittedly, comparatively to very heavy sing, talk, or shouty type of songs. And Last Sequence, man, it's literally my favorite title track by Wooju Sonya at this point after so many streams, quite admittedly. Now, we got Yena's Smiley featuring BB. Who would have predicted that this was gonna be the debut, everyone? This is the title. She's given the title, and this overall song is given the title of being the superhero of positivity. This song is just so infectious. You just can't but help to smile to the point where your cheeks hurt. She gives this overall performance of a fun pop rock combo that is so cheerful, sing-alongable. Just the enthusiasm, the positivity that she provides is everything. But what balances out is truly BB herself, adding contrast, a little bit more depth and darkness to the song, almost a dark husk. And yeah, and then how it brings it back from BB to Yena was a great transition. And yeah, it has an addictive energy. I don't know what else to tell you. I feel like it is so less talked about when it comes to performances in music videos. I'm talking about music videos, everyone. Everyone talks about, yeah, stage presence and live performance and stuff, yada, yada, yada. But how about the music videos? This music video was directed really well, and as well as Yena herself singing into the mic and all, and having so much fun with it and giving it her 200%, not even 110%, 200% all of positivity that she truly brings, not only as an artist, as a soloist, but also as an individual. This is just so her in terms of stylistically. Okay, so yeah, number 15, Yena's Smiley featuring BB. Number 14, of course, I had to follow it up with Love Sh by Jo Yuri. One of my, I would say, the favorite comeback by Jo Yuri today. I've given the title of Burst of Energy because it truly gives you a burst of energy right from the get-go. It takes this punchy pop rock route, not the typical kind of manner, with this lively percussion work and guitar work, with the strumming, the rhythmic guitar in the work, and the replay value. Chef's kiss. It is so immaculate. And don't even get me started about the cunny yet clever lyrics in Love Sh attached to the clever choreo work in the song. So yeah, this was a 10 out of 10 song, one of my top favorite songs and most streamed songs on Spotify for 2022. So it's in its own lane. Now at number 13, I had to give it to IVE and their song Afterlife. Okay, as some may know, I was talking about the sampling and this almost like rendition of sampling coming from Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive, that anthem of a song back in the day. It truly takes that 90s disco influence with these new retro elements, and you just can't but help to jam along to it from start to finish. And it is given the title of being effortlessly cool in terms of the expressions provided by literally all the members, especially Gal in her special moments. And I would say iconic. The definition of iconic, everyone. Like, every single verse and moment in the song is just so memorable, and so that has that replay factor, not only in the song but in the music video as well. So just given that kind of iconicness per se, with the house piano in the mix that you tend to listen to in electronic or house music, is everything. And it's a great addition to the 90s disco catalog, I've got to say. Okay, this is not the first time ever in the K-pop scene where we've heard that kind of 90s disco influence of I Will Survive. We actually got this reiteration and rendition of it by Jinju back in 1997, and her release of I Will Survive, but in Korean, of course. So yeah, I love how I've carried on the legacy, did not tarnish it, but did it justice, and sort of made it their own kind of song, I've got to say. So yeah, gotta give it to IVE for After, like, really clever with the lyrics into the chorus, leading up with the syllable work as well. So yeah, number 13 was IVE. Now, man, oh man, number 12, iKON. As some may know, iKON has been in the news of joining 143 Entertainment. We love to see it finally free, and it only means even more, okay, freedom and success for them, honestly, in my humblest opinion. And the fact that they came through with But You, a sentimental throwback track, it just screams icon. As much as they're good with their hip-hop heavy type of songs, they're really good in providing sentimental tracks that just gets you in the feels, you know. It takes this 80s pop dance track route. It has these retro influences, yet most importantly, these kind of melodic heavy verses right from the start. If you guys haven't listened to it, I highly recommend you guys focus in and listen to the verses comparably to the chorus that's going in the song, because let's be real here, when do we oftenly get melodic heavy verses, like in verse 1, and even the likes of the melodic rap that's from Bobby himself in verse 2 of But You, right? You don't get it often. Usually in verses you get like sing talk or something shouty, right? Or something rapid fire cannon and not as melodic comparably to But You. So But You is that song by iKON, one of my most streamed songs on my Spotify in the year of 2022. But let's dive into number 11 now. Number 11. Okay, it may be a coincidence. I don't know, fellow believes, but Ginga Minga Yo, in parentheses, The Strange World by Billy. I titled this as the groundbreaking release as my favorite songs of 2022. It has that catchy nursery rhyme scheme that is quite meaningful in its own way, not like super duper meaningful, but straight to the point, you know what I'm saying? It has that fun chanting that works. It has this funky bass line that you just want to groove and jive along to, but the details in and throughout this song is everything. And also the performance of it, the likes of Suki going viral for her expressions, and then everything coming down into play where each and every member is getting recognition for their expressions and how they work off each other, and the overall dynamic of this group when they perform their own music or even do covers, right? So Ginga Minga Yo, one of my favorites of I almost said this year, but 2020 to still listening into 2023, obviously. And as some may already know, even Jessica Pierpoint's favorite song of 2022, one of her favorites, if you guys haven't seen my interview with her. So yeah, this was truly groundbreaking. It wasn't cheesy by any means. It had a nice balance. Although it had the chance to be too cheesy, I think it really balances out due to the textures, and especially that fun verse 2 where Moonsua grabs the mic and it goes up the slide or something like that, and she just it's this flashy lighting that's going on, and she pops off in the song, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, Billy has quickly become one of my top favorite girl groups to date. Hands down, everyone. Now we're moving on to number 10. I Envy You. Ooh, okay, I Envy You by Taeyeon. I love how this song takes the vintage synth pop route. Notice how a lot of these songs that I enjoyed and been enjoying still to this date and going and moving on forward in the new year take different genres and in their own niche kind of ways. It takes this vintage synth pop type of route. It has these retro influences, but like it's meaningful and clever in its own way in delivery of the choreo as a whole, with the backup dancers, and of course I Envy You connecting to the word of envy, being envious of a past partner, if I recall correctly, or a significant other one wanting to be in that position of having a nice relationship and all. But most importantly, what I got out of I Envy You is Taeyeon's performance, her vocal performance, as always. If we flash back to the likes of You Are, even within the EP that includes I Envy You, this signature emotional delivery that makes you feel vulnerable inside, right, is something so special and magical that only few soloists and artists can truly do, and one of them is Taeyeon, and she continues to do that, and I'm so glad that she does this still, no matter how the trends go. So she's just in her own lane by herself, honestly, and she's up there with the likes of Taemin and all my favorites, likes of Kang Daniel, Woods, and all. So, and the likes of Minho, right? So yeah, so good. Number 9, Halazia. As some may know, nearing the end of the year, they came through with the comeback, right? And last minute change to the list. They had to make the list with this truthful yet bombastic release, everyone. Halazia really is so fun, yet, man, I was so caught in the storyline and the meaningful lyrics that linked and chained up together bit by bit, right? And don't even get me started about Jongho's vocal work in the song, right? And how cunny it was with Hongjoon into My Bias Mingi during that verse too. It truly takes the electro pop dance hall kind of route with these dubstep elements. I didn't notice it at first, but as I listened to it more, I got a bit of that dubstep feel. And thanks to a bit of research, I was like, oh, dance hall, yeah, it does take a bit of dance hall instrumentation in the song. But from that to the lively percussion work and guitar work, the replay value is just so immaculate in the song, so Halazia had to be up there. It really reminded me of the earlier days, the pirate days by ATEEZ, quite admittedly, which it's good. It's good to see this and hear this side of ATEEZ yet again that only they can do themselves. Let's be real here. Can't wait to check out the remixes of course, the likes of Take Me Home. I'm curious how that remix is gonna be. But let's dive into number 8. We have Zero by Drippin', okay? Now, as some may know, Drippin' and Golden Child has been ever increasing on my list as favorite boy groups, but I just admire them so much. And just carrying on that legacy almost of the likes of their fellow boy group, brethren group, Infinite, right? Just how this song is the definition of passion from the performance. Like, I dare you guys to check out the live performance of this song and the music video back to back, because it truly provides this throwback and modern twist to it at the same time. Like, sure, it has this all-out rock feel to it, but the throwback feel that I'm getting is more so the vocal arrangement, right? And the delivery by the certain members in, of course, the song. New type production, as always, we love to see it, but yes, that heavy rock and shocking arrangement and how it laid out. It's a song that it had to be in the single digits for my top K-pop songs for 2022. First and second gen vibes. Watch the performance. Look at the eyes, the stares. Look at the little details, the crooks and crannies, if I should say, of the overall performance and choreography work in this song. It is just so good. Now we got Stay in the Middle, Like You a Little, New Jeans, and their song Ditto. Okay, it could have been Hype Boy, it could have been Attention. I know this is out of the ballpark And sure, it's more so of the pre-release leading up to 2023, but this ultimately took that spot, everyone. As much as I love their previous tracks and all, Ditto got the title of the reminiscent type release. Honestly, it reminded me, like, sure, in terms of the meaning, it goes beyond of what I analyzed and all, but it reminded me of the earlier days when things were more simpler, the simpler times with if you be it will be it, right? And it ultimately takes the Baltimore club genre. I did a little bit of research behind this genre. I think it originated from Chicago, but it has this combination of jazz, a combination of breakbeat that has this kind of drum break work to it, and staccato house genre, which is staccato. If you guys don't know music theory, it's more so like brief breaks going on. So that would be the drum kit usage or the tickling of the hi-hats going in the song, briefly being hit ever so slightly in a constant kind of manner. And just that route that's taken in Ditto and OMG with the Baltimore club genre, but more so slightly more hip-hop influences in OMG. Ditto is that song, and I appreciate the simple delivery in it, because I feel like these days with releases, things can be too overcomplicated and like drastic switch ups, being extravagant with it. But just simply having a really chillax song that makes you feel warm inside and comforted and consoled is everything, honestly. And I'm so glad New Jeans is a group to this day. I hope they continue to find success. I hope nothing bad happens to them as a whole, knowing who's behind the scenes. But Ditto is that song. Number 6. Yes, replay. Golden Child. Dynamic and powerful. It holds that title, everyone. Everything about this screams dynamic and powerful. Just the perfect balance between the instrumentation and the showcase of all of the members, and the vocal work and rap in this song is everything. The vocal approach is absolutely outstanding, and don't even get me started about the jagged electronic elements that are underlining in this song with that all-out rock guitar, and having a passionate performance in this song right from the start. The first couple of seconds, if you guys haven't listened to this song yet, highly recommend you do so. It'll get you engaged and got you woken up, per se, for this song. So replay, it's there without a doubt. I think Golden Child is just gonna continue to do justice to the passionate delivery of what Infinite has done, but do it in their own kind of style. And I'm so glad that Woollim artists and idols are simply doing their own thing. That's why, like, Golden Child is one of the other Woollim idol groups that I had to add to the mix, of course. Promise 9, aka my number 1 favorite girl group to date, and will continue to be. They had a rough patch, survival show and stuff, controversy and stuff, unfortunate management and all, but now that they've moved on to better things, and so far looking good with Pledis, even though they have a bad track history with girl groups like Bristol and all. Promise 9's, okay, DM, okay, doesn't matter. I missed out on typing this. It could be doesn't matter or even stay this way, but this is for doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. Also known as DM, but I already keep that in my mind, everyone, the acronym. It takes this glossy funk, yet the city pop route, I truly think, in my humblest opinion, and I think the combination of those two like genres is everything to the engaging tropes that Promise 9 always continues to do in their title tracks, and the all-out chorus that makes that provides that heartfelt kind of feel. It's just so from its 9, and something so sweet, delectable, and delightful, and the longevity value. You could just replay this song, doesn't matter, DM, or stay this way on and on and on and on. So if you guys haven't dived into From Its 9 as a whole, be sure to do so, because I think they still deserve more recognition. I think they do deserve a light stick. It's been quite some time now. They deserve more. I can't wait to get their season's greetings and all, and follow what else they're gonna release and do reaction and review videos to their content in the future. So stay tuned. From Its 9, they've made the list easily. Now we're on Entity Fragile Anti-Fragile by LE SSERAFIM, everyone. AKA the anthem of self-confidence. Okay, it truly has that genuine message for pretty much all of us. Okay, we may have these imperfections and scars, not literally, maybe literally, or both, right? Have our problems and all, but no matter what we face through our trials and tribulations in life, let's push and fight together as a whole and be confident in what we do. And I think that connects so well from the message to this reggaeton backbone to this song that's being influenced throughout the entirety of that song, and that breakout climax of a moment with the whole meteoroid crashing down, and you don't see a single scratch or cut on the members in this single frame for the music video. It's just 110 purely iconic, everyone. A lot of people may say, hey, this is not cohesive to their EP Anti-Fragile with their other tracks, but I think it is. They're just tackling different messages in a straightforward kind of manner, the likes of impurities, right, good parts and all. I think, yeah, this was a really cohesive release as a whole, and I'm sure they're gonna come through with something else that's gonna be meaningful, impactful, yet memorable and catchy in terms of the hooks. So all in all, Anti-Fragile is that kind of song that does it for me. It has it all. Number 3, everyone, Run to You by STAYC takes the title of Everlasting. Everlasting, as what I mean, is literally my #1 stream song of 2022. In case you guys haven't seen my community tab on the channel or my Instagram, this is my #1 most streamed song. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Even though they had their comeback with Beautiful Monster, it was a really difficult choice between Run to You and Beautiful Monster. But I can't help myself to not put Run to You in this position, the way that it is done and perfected by, of course, the likes of Goon and all in the works, and Black Eye Pill sung, everyone. Just how we get that intro of a run, do 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 do, that spiraling kind of feeling in the song, that rush, that fizzy emotional rush, is that what I would exactly put it. I think that's in fact the best way to put it. It really overtakes you in different kind of levels of emotion, and it truly takes that electronic pop route with retro synths and an unstoppable chorus that is so catchy, not too over repetitive, and easy to sing along to, yet it has this unforgettable concept to it with each and every scene. I could still vividly remember that subway scene with Shia and every one, the bow and arrow scene by Isa, the JJ moment in verse 2, and even verse 1 after Run, the intro in verse 1 with Of course, Jay and if I recall correctly, Into Sumin with the cowbell work that I feel like I really digged in the song, even though, okay, it felt strange at first listen, but it grew on me instantly as the song progressed even more, you feel me? So just that combination of that added quirkiness, and considering like what's tied along to Run to You in terms of the B-sides, alternative R&B, even rock in combination, alternative rock, other genres I covered in my review to Run to You, and the overall album tied along to it, it's gonna be very difficult to top in terms of a title track, but I'm sure Stacy will do it one way or other, because this girl groove and just the whole teen fresh, right, route, and doing their own kind of style, their own kind of sound, making and paving their own kind of way, and being one of the top leading, I would say, top leading girl groups to date from their generation is everything, and they have a special place in my heart, as much as the likes of Purple Kiss and Billy, I've got to admit. Number 2, Forever One by SNSD Girls' Generation. Iconic and legendary. Of course, this was for their special 10th anniversary. We love to see it. I remember seeing the announcement and being so overjoyed to the point where I ended up pre-ordering both the out versions of the physical album and all. Doing my first listen and album review, listening to the likes of Villain, I'm like, oh, this has that SM style to it. But hearing Villain over and over again, oh my goodness, that song was so cool in itself. Hearing that sort of side by SNSD, they really worked that style. But I love how Forever One has this celebratory pop dance track anthem, because this is a special release, you know, this is the big number 10 to celebrate. So them taking this route was super meaningful. It has this memorable hook, yet it had that Into the New World, okay, interpolation or sampling during the bridge of the song. I appreciate that moment a lot. It got me so reminiscent back in the good old days of SNSD. They made so much good memories for you guys, as much as well as me, as well as their music has made a huge impact throughout the years and several different seasons and quarters and months in the year. This girl group, I really hope they end up continue to release a song later in the future. It doesn't have to be near, but if they do, you already know I'm gonna be on it to review and cover and to simply enjoy. Okay, so I highly recommend you guys check out the full album if you haven't yet, and Forever One if you haven't yet. I'm sure you have by now. But last but not least, everyone, this might be the biggest surprise, but I gotta give the number 1 spot to Kang Daniel and his song Parade. Okay, what it is a masterpiece, just as much as the other tracks, but and songs that I provided on this list. But ultimately, it boils down to lyricism, production, arrangement, performance, and everything linking together. All the details, the nitty-gritty, right? And the first point I provided here, it tackles different points lyrically, right? It's our parade in life. And right here, it says, let's make a toast, lift our glasses high, this is our parade. So essentially what he's saying, for those who haven't seen my reaction and review to Parade by Kang Daniel, is, okay, let's make a toast and lift our glasses high, this is our parade. We're living life, let's live life to the fullest and enjoy life no matter how hard it gets. And it depicts him as a 9-to-5 worker working in an office, a cubicle, right? And being dark and mundane on the everyday subway, having to ride it to work, and all and being stuck in the same routine, but like living life to the moment and celebrating it and pushing through and fighting, and tackling another point where he says, who cares if we are different? What's the big deal? Okay, these naysayers, they're saying we're different and all that stuff. who cares? Let's just continue to enjoy life to the fullest. So this song really took the cake, the piece for me. It has these memorable sections, honestly, each and every section in this song. And it has this various string work that alternates and changes in this song. And some of you may know, I'm a sucker for orchestral work in the world of K-pop. And yeah, don't even get me started when it comes to the unstoppable vocal layering in this song. The vocal layering is done to a T. So yeah, I gotta give a toast to Kang Daniel for this particular release. Parade, highly recommend the album that's tied along to it as well. Just the featurings that he brings on his songs, whether it's PH1, the likes of Debo. He just knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, and just seeing him back from the produced days, cheering him on the sidelines, and seeing him become his own boss, do what he wanted to do, fight for what he wanted to do, and show this much creative input and output in his music and artistic works is honestly everything. But all in all, everyone, I know this was a long one. Thank you for staying this long into my top 22 K-pop songs of 2022. Be sure to like, share, and maybe subscribe, as it helps out the channel so much. Be sure to let me know your favorite songs in the comment section down below. Maybe it is that 22 list, or it's just a couple of songs, or a ton. Please don't spam it like over 100, you know, to be fair for others in consideration. But if one of your songs ended up on my list, I can't wait to reply to you guys and talk more about this song and like fanboy per se, because like 2022, as much as there were downs, there were a lot of ups in terms of releases, and I'm sure due to the delays of releases, due to the pandemic and all, that's going to carry on to 2023. We're going to get even more mind blown and shocked by our favorites, my favorites that we share, but as well as up and coming new artists left, right, and center. As you can tell here, I got Woods thanks to Screenshot of Moments, so thank you, appreciate it. I can't emphasize that enough. I appreciate you guys so much. Stay tuned for my listening party and such for my top 22 K-pop B-sides of 2022. And you're gonna see maybe the same dude on that list at the end of my thank you slide there, but hopefully you enjoyed this, that it wasn't too boring for you, because I think showcasing my list visually was ultimately the right thing to do. But aside from that, take care as always, stay safe. Promise me, it's crazy out there. It's too crazy out there. Stay safe, eat well, take care, and peace.